guys, welcome back to Is Your Six Covered. Appreciate you showing up today. We're going to talk about the Teslong Bore Scope. So for a lot of you guys that do a lot of shooting out there, or you don't do much shooting, almost even more importantly, we need to check the barrels, right? Depending on if you got moisture, you got some type of erosion going on. You may have a heavy copper fouling in your barrel and not know it. And I'm going to show a bunch of videos. So basically the Tikka that I use for shooting some different matches for, a lot of use, so we got to get in there and look at it. So you're going to see basically a video from zero, basically 200 rounds, 300 rounds through it, to cleaning it and decoppering it. You're going to notice a huge difference, and the reasons why something like this is very important, especially for us shooters out there. So one of the cool things that I like about this is it actually has a gauge along the shaft of it. You'll see over here, you got to have cleaning rods. Now, as you're cleaning rifles and decoppering rifles, it's always nice to know where stuff's at. So having a measurement, if you're looking for a gas port on, say, an AR style rifle, and you want to see if that barrel's getting basically oblonged, or is it a nice clean circle, a lot of stuff is you can look at inside of that rifle to see what it's doing and how bad or good it is. So let's take a look. We'll put the video in and show you the process of going from cleaning a nasty barrel, and then basically the first video is just patches. Some patches with some Hoppies number 9 through there, kind of clean it out, and you're going to see it removes a lot of the copper on the first couple patches. But then you're going to see the massive quantities of copper. So now a lot of people like to shoot with their copper fouled, their barrel fouled I should say, with a little bit of copper in it. And that's what I prefer as well. So after I basically take it all the way down to zero copper and carbon, I will actually go ahead and copper that barrel and put quite a few rounds through it to get that equilibrium. So let's go check it out. All right, so the barrel that you've seen was prior to cleaning. We're going to go ahead and just run hops number 9 and some patches, try to get as much carbon that we can off of it. You can see here, you see a little bit of the light patina from the copper, and along with some corrosion of carbon. So this next video, you're going to see a couple patches, and then you're going to see the difference. It's obviously going to look a little wetter. And now, basically that carbon, the Hoppies, has broken down a lot of the carbon. And you can see there sections of the actual action prior to going into the rifling. Just kind of getting an idea, looking at what we got, seeing if we got most of the crud out of there. So right there is where the barrel starts, and you can see there's a little bit in there. But the nice thing about this is the ability to actually look inside of your barrel to see what you got going on. So as we go down this barrel, you're going to see there's still a little bit of that patina right there. You're going to see there's a little bit of carbon. You're going to see some copper. About 2/3 into the barrel is where you're really going to see a large copper deposit. So you kind of know the location of the worst portion of it, which makes it kind of nice because you know you're going to have to spend plenty of time and energy to get some of that out of there. Depending on what copper remover you're using, I like to utilize Boretec, but you're going to see that basically now that the carbon's gone, you're really going to see all the copper, so you'll know what you have to deal with. So kind of going back and forth. After this was all hops number 9. Basically stopped, pulled the camera out, and then went and ran Boretec through it a few times. Now with Boretec, you're basically gonna let it sit for a while and let it do its job, and then run some patches through. You're gonna start off with really blue patches, and as you keep doing this, a lot of the copper is gonna go away, which in turn will make the patches less blue, and you know that you're getting closer to removing all that copper. So let's continue on here, basically looking at it all. Unfortunately, the video has to be long because I'm trying to show you all this stuff, But if I was just to run the camera through really fast, you really wouldn't get what I'm trying to go for, and that's give you some detail of what's taking place with the removal of the actual copper. So right here I'm about in the first third of the barrel, and not too bad. It's definitely helped a lot. You can see as we continue on, you're going to see where the buildup of copper is still pretty heavy and prevalent throughout the barrel. You can see that there's still copper that needs to come out of there. You can still see the copper as well. But if you wouldn't know any better, or if you didn't have a bore scope, you would think that you're done. This is usually about where I would have finished. So I did continue on, and there is still quite a bit of copper in there. So even with some pretty clean patches, after Bore Tech running some more patches of hops through it, we're gonna be finished up here shortly. I'm almost to the crown. It's really nice to see the crown of your rifle, see how it's doing as well, see if you got any hang-ups or anything. You kind of use a cotton ball Q-tip style, see if there's any sharp edges that are catching on anything. You can still see that looks like pitting. I think a lot of that is just copper that hasn't been, or not copper, but carbon and some copper that hasn't been removed yet. So running it again, now we're on basically Hoppy's number 9 did again. Did some more of the Bore Tech as well. And it's pretty amazing all that little dirt and grime you can see in there. The camera functioned extremely well. It's definitely nice. But as we get into this barrel here, if I can get in, you're going to see that you got a little bit of fibers from the patches. You're going to see that there's still a little bit of copper in there. There's still a little bit of carbon in there. It is getting better. But if you really wanted to keep inspecting that barrel and getting it all the way down where there's nothing in there as well. Now remember, like I did tell you in the beginning of the video, I do like to foul my barrel, kind of get that copper equilibrium, and so I will basically kept cleaning, and then after this video basically shot a few rounds. I think it was 8 rounds to go ahead and kind of get that copper back in there. So hopefully you enjoy the video. Hopefully you understand what the benefits are to having a bore scope. So you guys take care. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on the next one. Like, share, and subscribe.